Let's take a look at how we can organize and create our project workspace and save it to a template in Nuendo. We will see 4 basic zones within the Nuendo interface when you first open it. There will be a main project zone that we see here. Here we'll be able to see our tracks and the media on those tracks. The left zone can show our inspector and visibility options. The lower zone can show the mix console as well as different editors. The right zone could show metering, our control room, or MediaBay. To toggle back and forth to make sure which zone is active, you can hit the tab key and you'll see the white outline as you hit the tab key indicating which zone is active. And that could be important because certain key commands may work only in one particular zone. These zones can be organized by clicking on the Windows layout setup, and this is in the upper right-hand corner. Here we can choose to hide different zones from view, hide the transport bar, or my lower zone. We also have icons just to the left of that for the left, lower, and right zones. Adding tracks, we can click on the plus sign here, and this will allow us to add audio tracks. So if I wanted to add 24 mono audio tracks, I could keep the dialog open so I could add those tracks. And let's add 4 group tracks. And let's say 2 VCA tracks. And now we could close this dialog. For tracks that could be used once within a program, we could do that by clicking on the Add Other Tracks. So at this point, we could click on such as Add Video Track, and now we'll have our video track and our groups and VCAs all added within our project. As tracks are added, we could access our different inspector data. So here we could see the name of the track, our record info, volume panning, our input and output routing. We could also choose to see our EQs, our channel strip, inserts, folders, and different functions here. Now, not all functions that are available in the inspector are visible by default. So you could right click and choose to enable or disable different functions within the inspector zone so that you could have access to all of them. As we want to see our track control settings, such as mute, solo, record, enable, monitor, edit, we could also have additional controls here. So if I wanted to just right click, we could say select our track control settings, and here we could choose to hide or enable different functions of our track control settings from that window. Colorizing tracks is very easy. We could select a number of tracks holding down a shift key. We could go to our color palette here and choose to make all these tracks the same color. We'll see this color reflected in the mix console as well. If I wanted to colorize a single channel, I could do it in the same way or directly from the inspector by clicking on the upper left-hand corner and choosing a different color like so. Using folders can help organize projects that have a large number of tracks. So if I want to take these tracks and put them into a folder, we could select them, right click, and say move selected tracks to new folder. So now I could collapse all of those tracks from view just by opening and closing the folder. And we could have folders, etc. If we always wanted a particular track, such as our video track, to be on top, regardless of where we scroll in our project window, we could use our default track list. So I'll just move this to the top position here. And as I scroll down, we may always want to see our video thumbnail track visible. So at this point, I'm going to click and we go to the upper right-hand corner of the project zone. And we see this little slash. I'll click there, and now we've created a divide track list. At this point, I could scroll up and down, and my video track or other tracks will always remain atop. So if I wanted this audio track to be in that zone as well, we could resize that particular zone. And now as we scroll, those 2 tracks will be fixed at top. Once we have everything configured the way we want it, and if we wanted to have this recallable to start as a starting off point with different projects, we can choose to save this as a template. So we'll come here, just kind of type in a particular name. So we'll just say Nuendo Start. Hit OK. And at this point, when we go to our file menu to do a new project, we could just go to our templates and choose Nuendo Start, and we could have everything configured exactly as we had it set up. As you can see, there's a lot of very powerful options once you have Nuendo configured for the way you want to work.